Hi, and welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I'm making stuffed mushrooms that are stuffed with a leftover spinach dip that I made on Sunday. As you can see, I've already cleaned and prepared the mushrooms. You just want to take a paper towel and dust off the outside of the mushroom caps. You never want to use water on mushrooms. Then remove the stem, and I have over here all of the stems that have been chopped finely, and then I also chopped up, minced very finely, about 4 very small garlic cloves. That's why I ended up using 4, because they were small. So to get started, I'm putting the pan on high, and I'm just going to add a couple tablespoons of butter to the pan to saute the mushrooms. Get that going. Okay, so I've melted the butter most of the way, and then added our chopped up mushrooms. I cut them up pretty fine because I'm going to be using small mushroom caps, and I didn't want them to be too large for the mushroom caps. After they get cooking here real well, and you can hear the sizzle, I would turn it down to medium-high so you don't burn the butter. Also, when you're cooking mushrooms, just a really good tip, you don't want to ever add salt until they're cooked, because all the salt will do is draw out the moisture in the mushrooms, and what will happen is, instead of sauteing and caramelizing a little bit, you'll end up with a soggy mess of mushrooms that are just sitting in water. So get these going really well. You can add some pepper. I'm going to pause and add some pepper, a good amount of fresh crushed black pepper, which is always the best. And as you can see, my garlic is still sitting on the board. And the reason for that is, if you add the garlic too soon, what will happen is it will burn and have a very bitter taste. So we're going to add that just at the end of cooking the mushrooms. And I want to show you what I'll be adding today. This is leftover from Sunday. I made a fresh spinach dip that goes in the oven, and basically it's cream cheese, spinach that was drained really well, added to some sour cream and some mozzarella cheese, and then baked in the oven. If you don't have this handy, just happen to be leftover, you can use any store brand spinach artichoke dip or spinach dip. That will work just fine in this. So now the mushrooms have been cooking for about 4 minutes or so, and at this point I'm going to go ahead and add in the garlic. I'm just going to quickly saute these around the pan, and you'll start to smell it, within the first 20 to 30 seconds or so. You really don't want to cook it much past that. A real good tip is, I'm not sure if you are aware or not, but when you're using garlic, the larger that you chop the garlic, the less potent the garlic will be, and the smaller that you mince it, the stronger that it will be in the dish. So if you like a lot of garlic taste, chop it finer, and if you don't, especially like if you're making spaghetti or something, use a much larger dice. Okay, now I'm just going to sprinkle this with a bit of kosher salt, because now my mushrooms are cooked, and it's okay to do that. And then I'm going to turn this down to low, because I don't want my garlic to burn. Added in about 2 cups of the spinach artichoke, maybe a little bit less. You just kind of eyeball it. Depends how much you want the ratio to the mushrooms. So I just want to incorporate my mushrooms so that they're in the dip. You can tell it's got quite a bit of cheese in it, so you have to work to incorporate it. And then now that it's all mixed together, I'm just going to turn it off the heat. So now I've taken the mixture, and I've gone ahead and taken a large tablespoon and just filled each mushroom. You want to be careful not to overfill them, because once the cheese and everything starts to melt, it'll just kind of ooze all over. And then I'm going to sprinkle them with some Parmesan cheese right before I put them in the oven. The oven is now preheated. I preheated the oven to 400, so they're ready to go in. Just sprinkle the tops. This also helps the mixture kind of stay inside, and the Parmesan cheese will get nice and golden brown too. Just finish up these last two here. Sometimes you get a clunk in the Parmesan cheese. It's a technical term, clunk. Okay, so we're going to put this in the oven now. Like I said, at 400 degrees. We'll see you in a little bit, guys. I'm sure you're going to be so good. While our mushrooms are in the oven, I thought because the mushrooms have kind of a fatty filling, we need something bright on the plate that will go good with the mushroom. So I have a package of baby spinach and arugula, and I'm just going to open that up in a bowl. Now I put about a 1/4 cup of good quality olive oil and half a lemon. And a good tip when you're squeezing a lemon is to hold it upside down in your hand over the bowl, and that way if you have a lot of seeds in your lemon, you can catch them in your hand. I was lucky, and I actually got a lemon that has no seeds. I always feel like I won the lottery when I get those. Also to this, I added a pinch of salt, and then I want to add quite a bit of fresh black pepper. My family really likes fresh ground black pepper, and I really recommend this in any type of dressing. 6 to 8 good grinds of the fresh black pepper. And I'm just going to take my little whisk and whisk it around really well until it's emulsified. An emulsification is when it comes together and you see that it's thick and it runs down the bowl slowly. That means that you have a good ratio to acid and oil. And now this is already in the bowl, and I'm just going to be waiting for my mushrooms to come out because I want to add the salad greens at the last minute because you don't want your salad greens to get soggy. So truly, honestly, this whole entire meal only is taking me no more than 20 minutes to make, and even that, I mean, it could be even 15. So we're just waiting for the mushrooms to come out, and I'll be back.
Looks like these little beauties are ready. Let's get them out of the oven.
So as you can see, they're nice and golden brown on top, and the mushroom is cooked. You don't want to overcook a mushroom either. So I'm just going to get a few of these on the plate, and I'm going to move over here to the salad, and I'm just going to dump my package of greens in. They're beautiful, nice and fresh, and just toss them from the bottom to coat the salad. Now you never want to overdress a salad because then it'll just be a soggy mess, and you always want to make sure that you do toss the salad greens, whatever kind of greens you're using, right before you serve your meal because they will get soggy. Now see how they're nice and glisten with the oil. Everything's all incorporated. I had an escapee. Throw him back. Ooh, another escapee. Anyway, so I'm going to prepare our plate, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so here you have them, the finished product. I put 6 to 7 mushrooms on the plate, depending on their size, and then the salad, and I just happened to have some cocktail tomatoes, and I thought that would look nice on the plate, so I just took 3 and cut them in half and put them on the plate. Really, this meal only took me about 25 minutes to make from start to finish, and believe me, anybody can do this. For variation, you could add a chopped jalapeno to your spinach artichoke mix, maybe some ground sausage. You know, you're the boss in your kitchen. Don't be afraid to try things. That's why really I don't use any measurements, because it is all about taste at the end of the day and what your family likes. So until next time, thanks for watching.